Hi everybody, thanks for joining us here in the studio. Joe's, my trusty assistant, is with me today, so we're doing some work in the studio and we thought we would just do a quick live stream. It snowed a little bit here in Portland on Christmas and a little bit of ice. Hey Joe, you want to show them out there? Just so it's still a little icy out there in my yard. Really, really pretty. So as I was out driving around today, I took a couple shots. So actually what I'm going to paint for you today is from a little jaunt to my post office, and right around the corner from it's this kind of lovely little stream. So I thought I'd just paint it. So I'm just going to do a couple quick mini pastels for you today. Nothing super serious, just kind of fun and quick. And so yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. Hopefully stick to it. I'm on La Carte. No, I'm sorry, this is not La Carte. This is Pastel Matte, and it's this pretty kind of middle blue. And I love the Pastel Matte right now. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. It's a really tough paper, kind of a multimedia paper. I'm not going to do an underpainting today. I'm going to go do straight pastel, but it's a paper that will really handle underpainting really, really well. So it's very versatile. Love it. And I've got my little mat, sizing mat here, so I'm just going to come along. I have a bunch of these in my studio, different sizes, so I don't ever even have to measure. I can just come along and get my size in just like that, and that's fun. So this is a pretty simple composition. There's a lot of complexity to the trees, but basically there's this foreground shape. It's kind of splitting the composition kind of in half, so I want to get a nice gesture here. This foreground shape is kind of in the light. I'm always attracted to things, scenes that have strong patterns of light and shadow. So I'm just going to get some idea of the intervals of these. What you doing, Joe?
I'm just attaching that because it was wobbly.
Okay. So I'm just going to get my sort of gesture of the trees in here. They're really, really pretty. Then there's all these kind of really delicate. And then there's this large one here. It's kind of going out of the composition. But there's all this other stuff that's kind of pointing into the composition, so I'm not too worried about this. It sort of goes like this, so that's all fine. And then there's this counter line back here, so I've got this coming in, these, and then this other more distant hillside coming in that direction. So I think that's pretty nice. So I'm going to start with just getting those patterns of light and shadow kind of established. So I'm going to pick something for this shadow underneath the trees, and there's this kind of snow and ice there too, so I don't want to go too dark. So what do I want? Something kind of purpley would be good. Something like that, just to start. Just drag something. I'm just blocking in. I don't know exactly. I'm just trying something. And that's, when I'm painting, you can just start somewhere, so try something. If it's not quite right, come back in with something else. So this, I want to go a little bit darker, but I want to stay pretty, it'd be fun to stay kind of chromatic. Nice and then there's this. And then maybe there's another little bit of light here. And then something for that snow. And it's kind of, oh, I'm going to check my phone. It might be somebody watching that's going, something's up. Nope. Okay, so the snow back here. So check this out. So this value, it's actually pretty dark. So if I were to come along here and show you white, see the difference? So look at how dark it is. So, but it's snow, light, but it's in shadow. So I want it to sit back there as though it's in shadow. So I've really got to bring the key down of it a lot to make it feel like it's in the shadow. And there's sort of a little bit, and then I'm going to just drag some of this to get that kind of little icy feel. And then some in the shadow here. And that's okay. That's an okay start. And now there's a kind of distant tree line back here, some sort of olive colored trees. It's got a little chroma to it. And then there's this kind of grade in here. And then there's a distant hillside that's really kind of a blue-gray. And I really want it to sit back there, so something like that's kind of it's a very muted blue-gray. And so I'm going to pick out some of these shapes. Like so. So far, it doesn't look like much. That's okay. And then for the sky, so just kind of moving back in space right now. Sky's pretty light. It's got kind of a nice cloud streak in it. So I'm going to come in between my this is the kind of thing that you kind of just got to play with. And I want the sky to be blue. So how do I get it to be blue without getting it too dark? I don't want the sky to be too dark, so I'm just going to come along. Maybe I'll bring in some of this more blue, true blue. What I had in there is kind of aqua. Okay. All right, Marla. Not much yet. All right, let's see. What else I got? Okay, so now I'm kind of come along the lights of the tree here. And get the kind of light side of this. This is kind of a gold. It's got a little more oomph to it than what's in the photograph. And then...
We have a question.
Yeah.
Do temperature and humidity have an effect on your pastels? It turned colder here and the heat is on, and my pastels seem gummy to me when I try to use them.
What kind of pastels are they? They shouldn't really be be gummy. When I am painting outdoors, there are times when I feel like they get a little bit too much heat on them. But generally speaking, they're not too affected by that. I don't find. Oh, I'm gonna. So now I'm just going to go and really get more of that, the lights and the darks. Let's see, now I'll come along with some of these tree shapes. Oops, that's not kind of, I want something a little grayer.
She uses a mixture of pastels, Rembrandt, New Pastel, Mount Vision, and Sinelli.
Yeah, that should be okay. How hot are we talking? Are they near like a big heat source, or? So I'm just picking out some of these now. It's fun. I'm gonna, so now, oh, I know what I want to do is these lights in the foreground here. And start to come together now.
What kind of paper are you using?
This is Pastel Matte.
Pastel Matte.
I'm going to go back and forth a little bit with some more of the, this is a New Pastel to get a few more of my trees back in. Now that I've got some of the background, I can kind of work into it a little bit more.
Normal room heat, they said.
Yeah, I don't really experience that, and my studio gets pretty warm. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there for you. So I'm starting to get a kind of fun quality of light here. I'm going to get a little bit darker down here in between. And maybe just bringing that together a little bit more.
Someone's saying, I had to put a dehumidifier in my basement where I had my studio. High humidity turned my pastels to muddy messes when I tried to paint. Too much pastel came off on the paper too easily.
Wow, yeah, I've never had that. I live in the Northwest, so we don't have a lot of humidity here at all. And so that might be a situation, yeah, depending on where you live, that you could get. Okay, I'm going to work on this background just a little bit more. I'm wanting to play around with the value back here. Just get that to kind of set back even more. And some. I have noticed, you know, when I used to do art festivals, that the framed pieces would get would start to sweat because it was damper here, and then when I would go to some place that was, you know, a different kind of climate, that they would actually kind of sweat. So I'd get these little drips on the glass. That was not a fun thing. Okay, so that's kind of nice, kind of a little bit of color back there. And I'm thinking, so I'm going to soften those transitions back there just a little bit. So you can see I'm not, you know, I'm not painting every little branch, because that would be, you know, a lot of detail. But I'm starting to get some nice quality of light, which is, you know, that's what this is really all about. And kind of layering of these branches. I'm going to think about this one. I can get rid of that. There. So it's fun. This is kind of one of those you could spend a lot of time on, and I don't want to do that. But what I do like to do is I like to go throughout the piece, so I'm trying not to stick in one spot too long. When I do that, you know, I can get stuck, so I try not to do that. I think I want to put some of there's some moss on these trees. I think I want to play around with that idea a little bit. This one. And this one. Just a little. Okay.
I appreciate you talking through your thought process. Very helpful.
It's a little hard to do. It does change the way I paint just a little bit to talk through it. If I was just, the next one, I'm going to do two. I'll do one more today. The next one, I'm not going to talk so much. I tried to do that so you guys can see that there is quite a difference in the way I'm going to just be able to paint when I'm talking. It just changes your brain. There's some of what's happening that I know where I'm headed, and there's some of what's happening that I have no idea. So it's, you know, for me, as a painter, that's fun. I really enjoy that about painting. If I always knew exactly what was going to happen, you know.
Oh, someone's getting double sound.
Oh. Did you do
Is
the
anyone else getting double sound?
Did you change that mono setting? Remember that Todd showed us to do on audio advanced?
Okay.
That was one of the things he showed us last time. It's nice.
Other people are saying sound is good for them. You might
Okay.
want to check your settings, Daphne.
Sorry, Daphne. Okay, at this point, I think what I'd like to do is just come along with just a few more of these sort of delicate branches. Not crazy. I don't want to go crazy with it. But some that are coming in, they're going in and out of the light. These are the ones that are, you know, coming into the shadow because they're dark. And then, so I'll come back with some that are going in and out of the light. So, and these, this one's hitting the light, and the light. So that just kind of adds to it, the layering effect. Oops, put one that's really not good. There's. Okay, I'm not happy totally with the shape of this, and I want to just a little bit, a couple marks there. And then I want to do a little bit more with the grass that's popping up here in the foreground. So it really feels like it's, these guys are in the light. The light's catching them. But I want them to look natural. I don't want it to look like, you know, contrived.
She had you on double sound because she had two screens open.
Oh, oops. Well, I'm glad it wasn't us, sorry. So it's, all of this is a technological challenge. Okay, now I'm going to just hit this with a couple little ideas of some red in the foreground here. you know, you could say that I'm doing the detail, if you want to call it that. Like so. Yeah. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty cool for a little fun thing.
Someone's asking about the holiday live stream.
What?
Someone's asking if the holiday live stream will be posted soon.
Which one? The snow one? The snow day? Yeah. It takes a little while for that to get out there. I'll check on it. I also, yeah. Okay, I think this is about all I want to do on this one, you guys. And then I'll start the next one. I'm just going to walk back and take a look at it. Oh, look at that. What?
Paper for the next
Oh, oh yeah, I need a different kind of paper, but okay. Yeah, I think this looks fun. Good. I'll call this one good. Just little experiments. No planning, no thumbnail, just kind of going for it. So it's a little different. So let me grab another piece of paper, you guys. Sorry. Woo. Oh, here it is. I got it. Here we go. So the next one that I thought I would do is kind of a fall scene. And Joe's got it up there. Again, a pretty simple composition on that one. This next one. And you guys, these little ones that I'm doing, they're for sale. They're $75. So if anybody's interested in them, you can have one. But yeah, it just takes me a couple days to ship. Oh boy, Joe, I need some tape.
Tape right here.
Where? Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. So this again is going to be pastel matte. I'm making a mess of it. Just totally loving this paper. What I like about this scene, you know, again, what's attracting me is the patterns of light and shadow. That there's a kind of dark shadow that most of this tree mass is in, and then it falls into the light. And so that's really cool to me. And so this one I'm going to kind of shut up, and I'm just going to paint and see what happens. Probably something a lot better. I can just be a lot more expressive when I'm just going for it. I'm just coming I'm just getting the sort of size of these. Surprisingly, in this one, it feels like there's a little bit more drawing because there's a little more idea of scale going on that I'm having to be cognizant of if I want if I want it to feel like the trees are large.
Blue spruce, right?
Yeah.
And what size is that?
This, the painting, I don't know. We'll measure it. Let's see. Yeah, let's measure. The painting itself is about 5 by 7, a little less. I just love this paper. It just takes this stuff such a nice way. I'm really just putting something down and seeing if it's if it works. It's really a what if kind of proposition. Because I don't know. I mean, I have a good idea from just experience, but I don't know for sure. Just rolling this around, get it in the right spot. What?
The focus.
This one's fun. Okay, what I'm doing on purpose, because I know that it's going to be nice, is I haven't gone to the light in the sky, because I know when I get that in there, it's going to pull it all together and it's really going to make it luminous. And I haven't done it on purpose. I'm saving it for myself. Which I get to do because it's nice to do. It's going to make everything pop. Okay, now I'll do some of it because it'd be nice too. I'm just picking out these negative shapes, just trying to make it look natural and good. Then I can come along and there's this light that's coming through here, popping through here, which makes me think it needs to get a little bit darker here. A little bit. Yeah, it's fun. bit up here. Just these patterns of light and shadow moving back. And be fun to, let's see, I can get this side to go even lighter. Like that. I'm just playing with that, the idea that the light's popping in and out behind. It's nice. And what?
People are liking what you're doing.
It's coming along.
Yeah.
Takes a little while to get it rolling.
Do you have any suggestions on how to critically look at a photo and break it down to the elements to paint?
Yes, I do. I'm not sure that I can say it here, but I can paraphrase. I have whole lessons on how to do just that. I think that there's a way that you can do that pretty easily and really be able to identify photos that are good candidates. I don't think that necessarily the best photos are the best candidates for paintings. I think that sometimes it's not, like, look at this photo. It's not a great photo. It's certainly totally a drive-by photo. But there's something in here for me, and I think that it makes a good photo. So what I'm looking for is a photo that has strong value masses, and then as you can see that this, if I really look at it, this whole area right here is a very strong dark against a strong light. It has a dominance of mass in the darks, in the shadow, and so I'm looking for that. I don't want little bits, so I don't want little bits of light all over and little bits of dark. I want a dominance of either light or dark, sometimes middle. And then what I'm going to do when I'm painting is I'm going to decide on what's the easiest, largest shape for me to paint. And I'm going to break that down, and I'm going to paint that. So I'm looking for photos that have like 3 to 5 really nice, big, strong shapes. Again, I don't want little bits all over. And let's see what else. God, there's so much to say about photo reference. Got to be careful not to get stuff that's too dark. One of the things, limitations of the camera is it captures value in a particular way. Let's see what else. Is that
Do you
enough?
know any lessons offhand where you talk about that? Maybe on YouTube or your website?
I think there's some mini lessons in my mini lessons library that talk about photos. Let's see, where else?
And that's pastel painting lessons.
Yeah, and where else? I also have a CD that's I think there are 200 photographs that are photographs that I took that you can use, but in that CD there's a little booklet that's how to make great photos out of photo reference. So I have a whole PDF that is just that. If you email me, I'll be happy to send that to you. It's a no-brainer. It's available for free a lot of places, so it's not. Yeah, cool. It's getting it right. Just a little variety of mark making there. And just going to come in, get a little bit more of a gradation in the sky. Just trying to get these layers. I could totally pick at this for a long time, but I don't really want to do that, so I'm not going to do that. But it's fun. I like this. I like this kind of thing where just these layers of light going back. And trying to say it as simply as I can with as few marks as I can to really get the quality of light with just a few marks. Okay, I think that's it. There's a couple more things I want to do, then I'm going to be done. These some lights on some tree trunks that are back here. That's fun. That's nice. There's a building back there. There's all kinds of things to fiddle around with, but I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to leave it as a little sketch. I'm not going to get too carried away with myself here. I think I'll simplify that. I think I'll bring that. So let's see what it looks like with the little frame on it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's it, you guys, for today. And we'll do this again really, really soon. Thanks so much. Thanks for tuning in. And throw questions at me, whatever you want. Also, check out pastelpaintinglessons.com. Also, I have a Patreon site. You can support my YouTube live stream.